All right, welcome to the podcast, HASSDISCUSSES. We have Trayvon from Number 3 Productions in the cut, and I found you through Teo Chuga. How'd you come to interview Chug?
Well, I was actually able, I was able to find out about you through actually one of the other podcasts I did. One of the people that I previously interviewed on my short podcast, um, he had reposted it, and then that's when I had him DM me to check out his work, and then we talked about the podcast, and then we made it happen. Really,
Yeah. Well, what'd you like about his music or the interview?
honestly, the interview, it was definitely great. He sounded like he was very passionate about what he do. And out of brutal honesty, I definitely do like his music. I think it's different and whatnot from what a lot of the rappers got going on, and I'm keeping it that.
Yeah, that's all good. So I hear you're a multimedia artist with 13 types of content. Like, go into these types of content that you're creating.
Well, the first thing, wait, excuse me, give me 1 second. So, I'm as a multimedia artist. I specialize in comics slash manga, anime, art, graphic design. I used to do music like make beats, rapping, and all that. So yeah, that's one, two, three, four, five. Oh yeah, music production is all in one. I did video production, such as like shooting videos and editing them out, or taking clips and make my own edits. I do streams, which is kind of like, okay, I'll do a review reaction video, I'll do a podcast video, I might just do like an anime discussion video, Dragon Ball songs, etc. I also do like anime gaming videos. It's also like in some of my videos, I'll actually have myself like playing the game, like Dragon Ball, Sonic. I'm definitely gonna do a lot more of that. And then we have voice acting because I can do like multiple different type of voices. Tennis, photography, because I know how to like shoot photos and stuff. 11 is writing stories because I'm an author, so I know how to write stories. The second one, number 12 is the custom merchandise. So I sell books and all that. And then the 13 one is a little bit of animation. I don't do too much animation. I'm not, let's say, in a position to where like I'm like a top animator, or I could do some dope animations. Like, I'm just at the simple point. So yeah, there's a pretty much my 13 types of content. What was you gonna ask me to like describe, you know, like the different types of content I do, correct? Like, go in depth with each one.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of did, but I want to ask, a question about the types of content because, like, getting into different forms of creating, it's like dominoes. One starts it all. What was the first one that started the journey of your creative endeavors?
Honestly, it was two of them. It was drawing and getting into anime when I was like 4 years old. I'm gonna start off with the anime. I got into anime when I was like four. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said that before. And then the first one I came across was Speed Racer, then Pokemon, and then Dragon Ball Z. And then that's when I just fell in love with anime. I still watch Dragon Ball to this day. I was actually just streaming it earlier with my boy. And then in terms of drawing, same thing. I started at four. Like, I would just try to draw my favorite anime characters, and then later on, I would just keep practicing and practicing. And I loved it. So it was really doing anime art and watching anime is what really started it. So those two right there, and then it led to everything else.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. So, like, out of all the anime that you make content around, what's your favorite anime to either stream about or make content about?
Um, I mean, I have two, honestly. They're both hard to decide. The two ones that I like is Dragon Ball and Sonic the Hedgehog. Because those two are honestly my favorite um, anime slash what's that called? What's that word called? Um, Japanese produced material, because some people don't see Sonic in the anime. Sonic is more of like a video game character, but it definitely had an anime made out of it and had anime vibes. So yes, yeah, my favorite type of anime content is Dragon Ball and Sonic.
Well,
I got
besides,
a I got a Sonic the Hedgehog podcast coming soon.
oh,
Um,
nice.
yep, yeah. With me and my boy, we talking straight Sonic, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I have I think maybe 4 Dragon Ball Z videos out. I definitely plan to make more either by myself, or with a few other folks. Excuse me, guys. I have very bad stuttering problems. So if I stutter in the video, you know why. But anyway, that pretty much answers the question.
Yeah, you're all good on this time, right? Yeah, yeah. I got a family member that. Anyways, you speak on Sonic not originally being, a manga and all that. So I've seen that done a lot. I've seen Spider-Man get turned into that in a different thing. What other iteration of a non-Japanese character turned into stylized with the Japanese aesthetic in a manga or an anime do you enjoy?
So like basically like outside of anime.
Yeah, or you could either talk about art that's not, anime that you enjoy, or something that was not anime that got turned into an anime or manga that you really mess with.
Um, well, the first one I really messed with is my original manga with my original characters. As you can see, these are all my original characters. So that's the number one. Um, let's see, you got back then I was a huge fan of I'm a huge fan of Spider Man. Spider Man was always my favorite Marvel character. I'm about to go check out the new Spider Man movie when it comes out. Hopefully, it comes out good. I wasn't a diehard, fanboy, or like I was with, let's say, Dragon Ball or Sonic, but Spider Man definitely catches my interest. Let's see, who else? You got Spider Man. You got. I was into like a little bit of Batman and Superman and Black Panther. Like I messed with them, but not too tough. You know. I think a few years ago I actually read one of their comics, and I honestly like it. One of these days I'm gonna have to go do my research and read all of those comics, because honestly the comics are more interesting than the actual movies. Honestly,
Are you talking about in
yeah,
general for comic book movies, or the characters that you're talking about?
the Marvel characters, yeah, yeah. Like from what
Mm.
I've read, yeah, yeah, because the original was always gonna be better um, um, than the remakes, and plus the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they all got their powers just got completely downgraded. I mean, you had King Thanos who could wipe out like what, like a whole bunch of
Yeah,
timelines, with
yeah,
stones and
yeah, yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
But in um, but in the MCU, they just lowball him. You
Yeah.
know,
You know what's cool about the books is he all does it for a girl. It's kind of, you know what I mean. I missed that though. Like, I really wish we would have gotten to see like you know what I mean, that aspect of him. But I feel like they wanted to like go a more mature route, but I mean, I think they did it good. I think they did it good, but there's always a bit, I'm a bit flaky on the way they execute things at times, and there's a lot of corners to the way Marvel adapts stuff that you really got to dig to find something good. I think one of the better examples would be the Daredevil series. I think that's probably the best example of what Marvel has been able to do in terms of live action adaptation, in my opinion. Are you a fan of the Daredevil TV show?
mm-mm. I heard about it, but I never had the chance to check it out.
Yeah. Well, I'd say that's really good because it gives me a feel of like a Nolan Batman movies. You know what I mean? Very gritty, dark, and the double life aspect. I think that's a thing that DC was not able to do besides Batman is the double life aspect of its characters. You get what I'm saying? Like Marvel had a way better uh, focus on that. You know what I mean?
Yep. So kind of like with Spider Man and Peter Parker's double lives.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, man. Spider Man, little that little boy.
Yeah, and the growth to the you know high schooler photographer. He has a good arc. But anyways, now you enjoy mixing Tupac and Mozzie a lot. Are they your favorite rappers?
Tupac is definitely one of my favorite rappers. Mozzie, not really, and that was like 6 years ago. So
That was just a product
But
of
he
its
still put
time.
up. Yeah, that was just a product of this time. You asked me if I like doing it. I mean, I'm like, dang, I ain't made no mix in a minute. But like, yeah, man, that was me being bored and just lifting something up 6 years ago in 2020. Matter of fact, it'll be 7 years in February or March since I dropped that mix.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah.
that's cool. That's cool. When'd you get into making music?
I got into making music when I was 13 in 2010. Um, I had a vision of, being famous and rich off that. So, I wasn't really doing it out of passion. I was trying to force myself at first, but then over the but then over time, I started to, understand, the true meaning of making music, the way that I make art. Is it my complete passion? Is this something that I really, want to get up and do? Because, when it came to music, I felt, off and on, a whole bunch of times to the point where, I just felt like, giving up multiple times. But then again, and what it was the mindset and who I was around. I mean, I used to be in groups and, the groups I was into wasn't really like, they wasn't really feeling it the way I was, you know what I'm saying? So, but, that's all in the past now, So
Yeah.
yeah, to keep it simple, I started making music when I was 13, which was in 2010. Um, let's see, that was 11 and a half years. Let's see, it's 2021. So it'll be 12 years in March of 2010.
Yeah. Now, one of your more touching songs would be "Dear Grimy." What's the story or person behind that song?
Um, well, the song, Dear Grimy is basically, a letter to my dead homie, Derek Gaines. He was shot and killed by the South San Francisco Police Department. Hold on, let me show you really quick.
Yeah. I was just in San Fran, man. I just went to a Puya concert. Rest in peace.
It was about him. He basically was shot and killed by the police in 2012. He was only 15 years old. So, um, this crooked cop. I'm not gonna say his name, but if you know, then you know. They just shot and gunned him down for literally no reason at a local gas station. And then it's like when he passed away, it destroyed me. So, I had to, go in and express how I felt, you know, what went on and just express how much, Remy, aka Derek Gaines, meant to me, not just as a friend or family, but, just as a person in general. This person right here impacted, my life a whole lot. I mean, honestly, this person right here, Derek Gaines, impacted my life more than anybody that I've ever met so far. So it was just, it was a heartbreaking moment. I mean, when I found out he died, I was really like shedding tears, like crying and shedding tears the dang near the entire day. So, you know, you know, I made a tribute to him, and I actually made um a different variation of it back in 2012 when he first passed, but then I remixed it in 2014 or 2015, whenever. I think it was in between 2014 to 2015.
You
So yeah,
perfected it.
so
You know what I mean?
yeah, something like that. So basically, the moral story is that Grimy is my dad homie, Derek Gaines, and actually, what's his rap name? Young Grimy, because he actually made music, and there was a time when actually we was in the studio together at the Boys and Girls Club back when I was 14 and he was 15, and then I went in recorded one of his songs, and then yeah, so every time I got in the studio or got to grinding the music, I always kind of him and whatnot. You feel me? So yeah, man, Derek, to keep it simple, Derek really impacted my life. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, you talk about the Boys and Girls Club. Were you there a lot as a kid? Would you say that, like, you growed a lot there? Did you, like, learn a lot about yourself there? Did you go there a lot? Or was it just, like, a little bit?
Honestly, I went through a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would go to the studio, run a little art class. That's pretty much it.
Would you say like the position that you're in now, you know, your job's a teacher, right? Like, what do you teach?
Yeah. Um, uh, I'm gonna keep it simple. I teach creative arts, and then I teach art and life skills.
Would you say that
So
like
yeah.
you know the activities that you were able to go through and enjoy doing at the Boys and Girls Club maybe impacted your choice to do that, or what was the behind the choice to have this position, as a job?
Uh, well, to answer your first question, when it comes to Boys and Girls Club, I definitely started to doing a little bit of like class work or like teaching stuff there. Um, and then so it didn't really bring like a big influence for me to like be a teacher. But what had happened was, I thought about it. I was all like, you know what, it's about time to pass it on to the youth.
Mm.
Unfortunately, the one at the Boys and Girls Club in South City didn't really work out personally, which is fine. But when I ended up getting the job, not only being able to do something that I love, but show the youth, that you can do whatever that you put your mind into, that, that the human mind and the human potential, doesn't have any limits. And, you can really find your passion, execute your passion, and do what you love. You know what I mean? So I just want to pass on, the message on not just drawing and whatnot, or making content, but also life skills such as um, overcoming challenges,
Yeah.
overcoming losses and failures, being able to stay in your own lane, and not worry about what anybody else says, and to find your passion and make your and make what you want happen a reality, and find out what it is too. And that's as simple as I could put it.
That's wonderful. Like, it seems like you know you're pretty situated. You've figured out like a lane for yourself. But I want to ask, when was before that? When was before learning what you wanted to do? Learning, like, what was the most like insecure period of your life where you were just wandering and feeling like, what am I doing? You know what I mean?
um Before I answer that, do you mean like what am I doing, as in figuring out like who I am or what I love doing, or is it just like a moment in my life where I was down?
It could be both.
All right. So for me, figuring out what I wanted to do, or who I am, I always knew what I wanted to do as soon as I started drawing and watching anime.
Yeah.
So I knew for a fact that me getting a full time career in art, would eventually happen. I just didn't know the steps. I mean, the moment that I picked up that pencil and just went like,
Yeah.
you know, the, the moment I went like,
Yeah.
um, that's when I knew that it was gonna lead me somewhere, because that's all I could really think about was like anime and drawing. Now, in terms of figuring out who I am, um, I kind of already knew who I was, but I started figuring out more about myself at like 18, 19, and once I hit 20, 21, I started to fully understand everything about me.
Mm.
You know, like you know, like what am I really interested in? What catches my interest? Why am I feeling mad? Why do I have these issues? What can I do to prevent these issues? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do with it? There's a lot of people my age who don't even, you know, that don't even understand and they stuff as a whole, because they ain't took the time to do it, or they feel like they too caught up in their lives that they, couldn't figure it out. Because as adults, we go to work. Some of us are in college, and some of us feel like that's not really important. We just get money, get our education, but deep down inside, a lot of us haven't gotten to the root of our problems. So what made me figure out who I am and understand myself is to dig deep, deep into the root of my problems. Like, why am I like this? What all happened? And, like I had to think way back to when I was in preschool,
Yeah.
or or the first stage of my memory. Like one day I was dwelling on a whole bunch of old things in the old past, and I reached down deep in my mind and deep into my heart and said, where did this all start? And then I started backtracking one day, and then a couple months later, I started to figure out everything, you know, all that's like I was saying earlier, you know,
Yeah.
what gets me to do this, what drives me, you know, what motivates me, you know.
Like,
And the other
yeah,
question,
you're all good.
and the other question about me being like me feeling like I'm insecure and stuff. There was actually, I think, maybe two phases in my life. I think the first one was maybe in 2009 when I was in like sixth grade. I went through a whole bunch of like messed up stuff. I'm not gonna, get too deep in it because I don't want to share that, with the world. Um, but the big one was, I think, at the end of 2018. Like I got so insecure because like no one wouldn't hire me doing a job. Nobody was around me. College wasn't really working out. I got so overwhelmed by the fact that I kept getting denied from jobs or places where they claim that they help you out and bring you the skills, and then didn't get the opportunity for it. So I went into this like deep phase of like insecurity to where like, am I worth this? Am I worth that? Like
Yeah.
even though like you know even though even though I had a whole like studio in my place, a whole bunch of like a whole workstation in my place to where that I could do what I love. So there was a time where I wasn't doing anything but just watching anime, and just to make me feel better. But I had to face the reality that I got skills and whatnot, and I just got to make it happen. I was insecure mainly because things wasn't really going the way that I wanted. Facing neglection and all that. So that's as simple as I can put it.
Yeah, and the way you talk about how you digged inside of yourself to connect, like think about your past, or things that you've been through. I think what that stems to is something that I talk about with my friend. Me and my friend, we have a lot of vulnerable conversations, and what I try and tell other people, or what me and my friend usually talk about, is the way that you can like keep yourself in check in this you know struggle of a life, is to connect to your inner child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth? Like would you say that like what's kept your mind in check would be like connecting with your inner child?
Um, Lightweight, yes, and lightweight, no. I'm on the simple fact that me as a child, I mean, I've always, like love having fun, love watching anime, and playing the games and whatnot, Dragon Ball, Sonic, Mario, so on and so on. So, I mean, sometimes it's the fact that I've been doing this since I was a kid and I really enjoyed it. But at the same time, I might say no because
Yeah.
that state of mind where I was as a kid, it just wasn't, all the way there. Like my issues would prevent me from getting access to certain things or carrying myself a certain way. Because I don't know, I mean, if you see any of my wisdom videos, but a lot of people have told me, even my parents and my family members have told me that, I'm extremely wise, for my age. And honestly, I've always been this wise. I've always grown up been around people like hecka older than me and stuff. Didn't really have people around
Yeah.
that was my age and stuff that I was really close to. So yeah, that pretty much answers that question.
When did you decide to get into the interviews with artists and other people? When did you decide to do that?
Honestly, um, in terms of getting into it, I started earlier this year. I'm in 2021. But honestly, I had the idea in the back of my mind for a long time, like, and I mean a long time. Like a lot of the stuff that I'm currently doing, I've always had, in the back of my mind. Like for example, for making making anime gaming videos. Back then I had like an old camcorder with like a tripod. I mean, I would record myself like playing games and stuff, and then watch it right afterwards on the computer. So, it's always been something in the back of my mind. I just never really thought about it. Well, I thought about it, but I never actually put into execution. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
You tinkered with the thought and then you executed, and here we are, man. But now I want to ask, what was your favorite interview to ever like execute? What was that?
That's a hard one because I feel like each person that I interview has like a different perspective on what they do, and how they feel about their passion. Some of them make different types of content, whether it's media, music, videos, etc. So I don't necessarily have a favorite, but I do have a video, but I do have a podcast video that I think would definitely catch a lot of attention, and that is, I think it's episode 15, with the homie LD Boys. Shout out to you, bro, for coming on the podcast and speaking some real game, dropping some real wisdom and some real knowledge. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. I definitely go back and check that out. It's the end of the year. I want to talk about some like goals that you might have. I want to get you drop some motivation about what you have planned or how you're feeling more. So, what's a New Year's resolution that you could think of before we get to next year? If you have one, if you don't have one, let me know.
A New Year's resolution is just grind harder. That's it. Grind harder, grind harder, grind harder, grind harder, grind harder.
On job, man. Now, what certificate did you just receive, and what went into getting that?
Hold on. It was a it was a certificate to basically be used in my job. It was like a requirement meant to get it. I'm gonna decide to be a teacher or work with children. So yeah, that's as simple as I can get it.
Yeah, that's all good, man. That's all good. Now, what interviewer besides yourself do you really watch the most that you're a fan of?
There's this YouTuber for it's called the Story of Dialogue or something, whatever his name is. He would interview rappers and stuff. DJ VLAD, the one that would interview other artists and stuff. And sometimes I might tap in with Charlamagne, Man of God. Yeah, pretty much those three.
Yeah, that's what's up. Now, before we wrap this up, why don't you speak on any announcements you can make about your content and where we can find your content?
All right. So look, guys, I have two original comics out right now. It's called Phantom by Traynumba3, because that's my artist name right here. And you could go actually go check my website out right here. Hold up, give me 1 second. I need to put the screen on real quick to show him, what I got going on. You feel me? Let me do screen share real quick. All right. So this is my website, number3productions.com, and then you can head to the links right here. When you click on here, this is my original comic strip and whatnot. I'm just show a little snippet of it. Make sure when you read it, you click on this and go in that computer so you can do this real quick.
Nice.
So you can read it panel by panel by panel by panel. Stuff like that. I'm not going to put too much. I'm going to just show you guys a little snippet of this one and then a little snippet of this one just to kind of get an understanding.
Yeah.
We got recaps. We got all of this right here.
This is fucking creative, man. This is awesome. Man.
And then you have my podcast videos right here, and then you have where you can actually buy the comics right here, and then you have the actual comic book page on my website, and you can just click on it and then read it.
It's a well set up site. I'm gonna tell you that right now, man.
Buy right here too, and then you have my artwork right here where you can view on my artwork, and then you have my wisdom quotes right here. It's on the front page. Give me 1 second, it's still loading.
Yeah.
You can check out all my wisdom videos on Instagram right here.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of wisdom videos, and I'm in a whole bunch. And then you could also check out my old music right here.
Link in the description, by the way.
Yeah. Link in my bio. And then you got links right here. This is gonna go to all of my links. And then you got the videos right here. You got the review reaction videos.
That's what's up, man.
We got all the review reaction videos that I've done. I still need to make some more though. I've been slacking off as much recording.
Yeah.
This thing ain't really doing too much, but yeah. And then you can find all the podcast videos. You can follow me on Instagram right now at Traynumba3. Right now, see what I got highlights. I'm in the shoes, so I got a whole I
Yeah.
got a whole highlight for shoes. You got information, the wisdom quotes, the artwork, the podcast videos, the music, the drip, 2020 art, 2019 art, all of that. And then you can also follow my other account at
That's for the site. Yeah.
at number3productions.com. And then you can also follow my comic book account
Nice.
right here at Fontum, number 3 official. So yeah, guys, come check me out and whatnot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, thanks for coming on the show, man. I feel like we got to get real personal, know about you, but we got to get an overview of what you're really about, what content you're pushing out, and of course, link in the description all your content. And once again, thanks for coming on the show, man. This is good. Peace out.
Thank you for having me, man. You have a good night.
You
Take
too.
care.
Bye.
All right.